not clutch, but Juan and I are. We will give you action-packed content every single week. This is the Sports Dynasty podcast.
That was beautiful.
I don't know. I literally just came up with it on the spot, like literally on the spot. Like, let's see if we want to do it here.
That was great.
Yeah.
So, if you could do something random like that every week, that would be fire.
That's the point. I did it last week. Let's do it this week.
No, like, that was wonderful. And speaking of everything he just said, like, rate, and subscribe to our podcast. We're going to do it twice a podcast because every other podcaster does it. So we're on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartradio, and YouTube. Subscribe and speak to us.
Yes.
So this week was ridiculous.
I felt like I was watching an episode of The Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
it was pretty crazy.
A lot of crazy things happened this week, and there's a lot to get to. This might be a semi-long episode, so let's go through things from not relevant to on. So Ravens and Bengals, that's the only one that might go through fast. Everything that happened, I expected. A gigantic beatdown. I don't know what it is with Baltimore, that they play someone who's trash, they make them look like they're a JV team. Because they beat the ever-loving crap out of them. Lamar Jackson looked like a god. He looked like a Greek god. He only had 2 incomplete passes in this game. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. And Robert Griffin even got in any action, even though he threw a pick. Which I didn't even know happened until just now.
There was a play where you had the 3 Heisman Trophy winners in the backfield. You had Lamar Jackson under center. You had Robert Griffin III on the left side of the backfield.
And Mark Ingram.
And I'm like, get the hell. I'm like,
that's how you know they're bored.
That's how you know they're bored, and the Bengals are hot garbage. Because if the Patriots if they were to do that from the Patriots, I would be disrespected. I'm like, how dare they disrespect us with this crap? Like,
so
this trash.
That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. And now all this MVP talk happening. I can't wait for that to get shut down. But that might take almost all season, though. But they beat the crap out of the Bengals. Cute. Bengals are still having one game. The only winless team left in the league.
But if you are a Bengals fan, and I would probably question your fandom, but at least you could say that, Joe Mixon had 114 yards rushing.
That's cute.
That's cute. He hasn't done shit all year. But hey, and then Ryan Finley, had his first career game ever, and he was okay.
He got set up for failure, though, man.
Yeah. That's the only good thing about that. Other than that, the Bengals suck. But hey, at least you have the Dolphins and the Jets coming up soon.
That don't mean nothing.
Which you could probably...
At least they have wins. They don't.
They could mess around and give the Jets a loss.
They could, but if the Giants couldn't, then I don't know. Let's just go. That'll be next, actually. Let's go on with the Battle of New Jersey. We're not disrespecting New York like that. The Battle of New Jersey with these bum-ass New York teams.
The New York Jets, after getting embarrassed last week to the Dolphins, they beat the Giants 34-27. The Giants have lost 6 straight games.
Yeah, Daniel Jones sucks.
Daniel Jones actually played very well in this game. It's just that both offensive lines are horrible, but that's not the problem here.
And he fumbles a lot, too. He sucks.
Yeah, he fumbles the ball a lot, but the Giants' defense is so horrible. Jesus.
Their back end, especially.
They're really... Their
secondary is bad.
It's awful. Damn, what makes it worse, and then on offense, that offensive line is so bad. Saquon Barkley had 13 carries with 1 fucking yard. 1 yard on 13 carries.
0.1 average, bro.
Horrible. I mean, the Giants, for the Giants, Slayton killed.
He did.
He was just demolishing that Jets secondary. Him and Tate was doing pretty well, and that was it. But Slayton was just demolishing them.
Maybe they have a gem there, so that's really good.
But the problem is that offensive line was so bad they allowed 6 sacks, and Daniel Jones keeps fumbling the ball like always. But for the most part, it was just bad defense on their part. And now you go to the Jets. Sam Darnold, who was seeing ghosts the last few weeks and ate rotten fish last week too, he got a win against the Giants.
That's cute.
That's cute. Demaryius Thomas did some pretty good things there. Jamison Crowder was absolutely destroying that Giants secondary. Oh my! He was open. Not hard because the Giants secondary suck. Chris Herndon came back. He didn't do nothing. Wasn't a factor. It was like, there's bad tight end play, but he's back and hasn't done nothing. But the defense played very well. 6 sacks for the Jets. Jamal Adams absolutely just.
Did I not call that?
Yeah, he did. Jamal
Strip
Adams.
sack for a touchdown.
Yeah, literally.
I said that last episode.
And killed. And I didn't know Braxton Berrios was on the Jets.
Yeah, he fumbled against Patriots in the end. We just left. That's why you don't know.
I don't remember. Oh my God, this is bad.
Did he muff 2 punts? I think he muffed 2 punts.
Oh, that was bad.
At the end of the game. But we left at that point. So
he probably did. I don't even know. But the point is, the Jets got to win, and they got another Tank Bowl next week against the Redskins.
Oh, my Jesus.
That's going to be, oh, man, terrible to watch. But we'll see about that.
Yeah, let's end this.
Next game.
Bears and Lions.
Yeah. At least for once.
They got bailed out because they didn't play Matthew Stafford.
True. And he got hurt. Hopefully he gets better.
Yeah, because he apparently has like a broken bone in his back. Like, that sounds serious as F, but they said that he had that injury for like a year. So I don't even understand what's going on in that. See, we had the Redskins medical staff being like literally murderers and the Jets medical staff being close to murderers. So I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit is trash too and decide to make their quarterback literally break his vertebrae.
This is the same. This is the same Matthew Stafford that broke his arm and threw the game when he touched it against the Browns.
And won the game.
And won the game. He's a tough motherfucker right there. He's tough. But Trubisky still. Oh my God!
I was 2 yards away.
He was.
I was 2. I called this too. He's gonna get an efficient 175. He had an efficient 173. I was 2 yards away.
I don't remember the last time he even threw for 200 yards in a game. He got sacked 5 times. It was absolutely horrific. The fact that the Bears won this game is just because literally
Matthew Stafford
didn't play.
That's literally
the only reason why. And
at least they finally broke 20 points.
Finally. This was bad. I mean,
they suck. This game means nothing.
Both these teams suck. This is bad. This is God.
Okay.
Next, I'm getting mad just talking about this. Next.
I know, right? The last one that's not that bizarro. We're gonna go Cardinals and Buccaneers. That's not that bizarre. That game, I knew that game was gonna be a nice slobber knocking game. So, Buccaneers got it. Jameis got a win finally.
He had one of those Jameis games. I mean,
yes, he did.
He threw 2 picks. I mean, the offensive line couldn't protect him to save their lives. As usual, but he found the way to get the win against another bad team. Let's be honest. Kyler Murray played well in this game, pretty good. It's just that you just have this bad. Like, we play just 2 bad teams playing. We're not expecting much from you guys. Just get a game and just get it over with. I bet Tampa fans are happy to get the win. I mean, if you're a Cardinal fan, you got more wins this year than you did last year. So,
not hard.
Not hard.
Christian Kirk, though, I wonder if they found something in that because he absolutely obliterated this excuse of a secondary.
I mean, it's not that hard to do.
It's not, but hey, I gotta give credit where credit is due, and he obliterated them. So, and they finally, it's looking like they're getting Andy Isabella touches finally. He had 1 last week, now he has 3. So let's see if he gets more.
I mean, they should just feed the ball to him for how much as they did to get him. You need to at least do something.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the
Cardinals. Basically what traded Josh Rosen to get him, basically, right? Got one of the picks they got, I think.
Yeah, it's the Cardinals. Like, who cares? They suck.
But yeah, both these teams suck. It was just an exciting game.
Yeah.
All right, now for Bizarro World to begin. Let's start with the biggest upset. The Falcons absolutely obliterated the Saints. It was bad. Breeze and company got locked up. And they actually surrendered 6 sacks. The Falcons got sacks. And not only sacks, they got 6 of them. 6.
I don't know what happened. What happened there? It's just.
I did hear that Dan Quinn did not call the defense. And look at the result of that.
Well, listen.
About 7 losses later.
I think Dan Quinn realizes that, listen, I'm about to get fired anyway, so whatever happens. This may save this job probably.
Yeah, if they win if
they win 5 games, he'll save his job. But for the most part, this kind of looks like a stat stuffing game for Drew Brees. Because, of course, you're going to get Michael Thomas his 13 catches for 150 yards. Of course, that's actually going to get. You paying him $100 million to get that. So, why not? Kamara's back, and
that meant nothing.
It meant nothing because he was horrible. But other than that, the 6 sacks that they surrendered was absolutely horrendous. For the plus side for the Falcons, who got their 2nd win of the season, Matt Ryan only had to throw 182 yards.
And he still threw it a very egregious pick, even though it was at the end of the game. But he had to throw that little bullshit throw in there and mess up everything.
To me, it was probably just a bad game in the Saints. Not a big deal, but
that's what I think. It's nothing to really write home about.
Yeah, it's just a bad game for them. It happens, especially
it's that now Green Bay has second seed now.
Yeah, it's a rare loss at home, losing to a really bad team, but it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'm just very surprised that the Saints' offensive line was one of the better ones in the NFL. Just laid a freaking egg.
Yeah, it was bad.
It's like might as well not been there because that line is very good. But wow, 6 sacks against these bum ass, whatever. Well, that's Bizarro Land game number 1.
Okay.
I should have done this one. This was not that bad. The Bills and Browns.
I had a feeling that Buffalo was gonna choke. I had them win the game, but I had a feeling like watching
on Saturday I was thinking I'm like, there's probably a possibility they're gonna win this game. Let's see how this happens though. And then look,
Kareem Hunt, first game back from his suspension. It's feeling like this forever. He was pretty decent, but Chubb was the story. Chubb, as usual. It didn't take much because, like I said, you penetrate the teeth of the Bills. Defense, you can beat them. You can run on the Bills, you can beat them. That's all it is.
Yep, and they've shown that the past few weeks.
Yeah, the last few weeks with
especially against Philadelphia.
Yeah,
they showed it.
If you can run the ball on the Bills, you can beat them.
They're soft against the run.
So people need to watch out. I mean, they're 6-3. The Bills are 6-3. They still have a shot at the wild card, but
things are getting closer.
It's getting closer now. This is a game they needed to win against an AFC opponent. They needed to get this win. Unfortunately, they did not. They have to watch out for Oakland. Remember, the Bills still have to play.
Their schedule is pretty light. The only hard one they have to play against is New England at Foxborough. So that's the only real word they have. All they have to do is not mess up, but they are the Bills at the end of the day. And did anyone really think they're going to keep this hot streak going? Like, be honest. With the fact that they can't score a point because their quarterback can't play for some reason. Like, he looked okay in the beginning of the season, then that's it. Like, he can't really throw. Still pretty trash. Well, he has another year because I have a 3-year rule thing with young people in football. If after 3 years you can't play, then you're just a bust and you suck. So he has 1 more year. But he sucks. He's not very good at all. And Mayfield didn't turn over the ball again, at least interception-wise. Wow. He's actually capable of having multiple games with no interceptions. Huh.
Yeah.
Who knew? Yeah. And Odell was locked up. Well, I mean, he did go against Tre'Davious White, so that's probably expected.
And Jarvis Landry did very well, actually. Yeah. I mean, respected. I don't think Odell likes it very much because he said, I'm the number 1 receiver. But he got locked up. So, hey, what is what it is.
He went against Tre'Davious White. He's one of the best corners in the NFL. And he got punched in the face. So, but I've been calling you soft since way in your Giants tenure. So, whatever. Yeah. It is what it is. All right, now, another Bizarro game. Let's go with... I'm going to save that one for later. Dolphins and Colts. I'll start this one. Okay. So, last week, I was going to destroy the Colts. But, watched a little bit of this game. And there was really one specific reason as to why this happened. Why does Brian Hoyer suck so much? He was the only reason why they lost this game. Those picks he threw were fucking egregious. All 3 of them. It's like, they're the ones that are tanking, not you, you stupid ass. Why are you thinking? Dude, like, all 3 of his interceptions were, like, all-time bad.
I was talking to my brother, and he was saying that, you know how they were saying all week the Dolphins are trying to lose? And that may be true. They're trying to lose this game, but it doesn't help when you throw 3 interceptions.
I don't know if they're trying to lose anymore.
I don't think they are either. I think that as far as the coaching staff and the players, they want to win, obviously. But I can tell you that the front office can't be too happy that they may miss out on a top 5 pick because they want to win games.
Well, it's just, do you see that the NFL sucks so bad on the bottom end? Because it's ridiculous how bad the bottom, few teams are. Well, in the draft, there's 3 or 4 quarterbacks, right?
Correct.
And out of all the teams that are bottom, so Cincy, Dolphins, Jets, Washington, how many of them really need a quarterback? Half of them?
Yeah.
Right? The Jets don't need one, you probably start thinking about it. The Redskins aren't going to get one because they drafted one last year. They're not going to pull the Cardinals.
I think they're going to.
If they get a quarterback, it's going to be later, not in the first round.
Or unless someone makes them a deal for like a trade, they can't refuse.
True.
That's probably the only way I see that happening. But I don't think they draft a quarterback.
I'm saying, so like with that logic, it's like, all right, maybe they're being smart about it. They don't have to continue to lose games over and over to get a quarterback. They have Tua, they got Burrow, they got the other guy, forgot his name. They got like 3 that everybody's looking at that they are in love with in the draft stock.
I don't know if you noticed.
So maybe they're winning a couple games because, like, screw it. As long as you go in the top 5. Oh, and the Giants are bottom feeders too. They don't need a quarterback either.
They just need offensive line help.
Yeah,
badly.
I'm saying so.
And a receiver, a receiver badly. But that's neither here nor there.
Exactly.
But I don't even know this, but with 4 minutes left in the game, right? Miami's up, right? And they try to take Fitzpatrick out the game, right? Say, yo, it's just gonna sit down, put Rose in the game. And he was like, why you take me out of the game for? I don't know if you noticed. You can look it up. I seen the video. I was like, what? They tried to take him out of the game? Like, what's going on? It's pretty funny.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they tried to take him out of the game. I'm like, no, we're not supposed to win this game.
But what else is there to say? Brian Hoyer's a piece of shit. They miss Andrew Luck and Brissett. Brissett would have won this game. I guarantee you that. But hopefully his knee heals up fast so they can get him back as soon as possible, man. They're losing a lot of ground this tough AFC wildcard, man.
I'll tell you something right now. If the Dolphins find a way to beat Buffalo next week, I'm gonna tell Buffalo fans just give the season.
If they lose to them, they're not making the playoffs.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
That's a definite guarantee.
And then I'll tell you right now, I'll go to the Miami Dolphins bar and sing their song with them because this is amazing.
I'm just gonna laugh with them.
This is amazing. Like, I can't believe this is actually happening.
All right.
Next game.
So next game, bizarro game here. Chiefs lose to the Titans.
Yes. Mr. Pat, my homeboy, came back from his injury, and you would think that he'll, do something.
Well, Cojones did do something.
He did. 446 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was great, and everything was great. You thought that it was going to go well for everybody until a guy named Harrison Butker shanked a field goal that was just into overtime.
He did. But when games like this go on, I don't like to blame the kicker much when your defense allows 35 points to begin with.
True.
So why are you in this situation for your kicker to win a game like this when your defense allowed this many points to begin with? That's the problem.
That Kansas City run defense is absolutely horrible.
No, run.
That defense,
the entire unit is god awful.
Derrick Henry almost ran for 200 on y'all.
He did.
200 on y'all. Like,
he almost averaged 10 yards per carry though. Like, that's embarrassing.
They literally ran the ball 26 times, and Ryan Tannehill only threw the ball 19 times and averaged 35 points. Derrick Henry beat you by himself.
Basically.
Beat you by himself.
Basically.
I mean, on the grand ending, their Titans defense is pretty bad this year too. They're on and off too because Tyreek Hill just absolutely demolished them, and just from the past. But other than that, they kind of ran the ball on them too, but it didn't matter. But people will blame the kicker because you were supposed to make those kicks. Listen, it happens. But it's not his fault that when your fucking defense gives up 200 yards rushing.
I correct myself. The defense did not allow 35 points. They allowed 28 points. I forgot that Damian Williams fumbled the ball for a touchdown for the defense of Rashaan Evans. My bad. 28 is still bad.
Still horrible. Giving up almost 200 yards of rushing is still bad. It's terrible. But, the Chiefs play in the AFC West, which we can't say no more because the Oakland Las Vegas Raiders are coming for that ass.
That's funny because they're not going to do anything
about it. They're not going to do anything about it, but they still have to play them eventually. They have the next 2 games are easy. They got the Bengals next, and they have the Jets after that. That's winnable games. They can do something about that. They could be 7-4, but then 2 weeks from now. So it may come down to that game in week 13.
Yeah, and then the Chiefs will destroy them because
week 14.
The Auckland defense is almost as bad as the fucking Chiefs.
So we'll see about that.
But that might be a fun game to watch, though.
It'll probably get flexed out, probably more likely.
Maybe it's possible. Actually, very possible. It depends what that game is. You said week 13?
I think 13 and 14, 1 or 2.
I know 13. I think Patriots played the Texans, so that's not getting flexed out.
So probably 14 more likely. I'll double check.
Well, I think 14 Patriots played the Chiefs. So no.
Yeah, we do. Oh fuck. All right, so 15.
Yeah. So week 18, we don't know.
So
anyway,
one of those weeks.
it's funny. That's a possibility. They can't play the walkout round. Anyway, let's go with. I'm sorry. What was you gonna say?
That was it.
Okay. So let's go to the 4 o'clock games, afternoon games. Where actually every afternoon and night game was great. So let's start off with the Packers game, which was the worst out of the 4, even though it was good.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey tried. I mean, like I said, he did what he had to do. He's trying to keep his Offensive Player of the Year award stagnant because he's not winning the MVP. We already know who's winning that. We'll get to that later. DJ Moore killed 120 yards, 9 catches. You know,
telling you, the soft freaking defense, man. Green Bay,
which we had mentioned before. In the beginning of the year, we said, "Oh, we don't about to see more from them," but they're pretty soft. They're pretty soft.
I mean, they didn't allow points, but they are definitely soft. When the Carolina Panthers, with less time possession, out yard game Green Bay is the problem. 427 out of 396. Telling you, man, I don't know, man. Like Aaron Rodgers, he played like game manager in this game.
I mean,
he didn't even throw a touchdown pass. When the hell is Aaron Rodgers not throw a touchdown pass?
I don't know. I mean, I
think he played game manager. He chilled this game, I guess.
I think he's trying to run the ball. You know how Tom Brady, when he had a running game, it's kind of hard for him to decide what he's gonna do because he ran the ball. He started running the ball when I remember the first time we had the first run in the ball.
Yeah, I guess
Steven Ridley came into the league. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I guess, yeah. So, both Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams carried the ball 13 times each, and they both did things. And Aaron Jones again continues to be the best Aaron in the team and got 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, the 28th rushing attack. 28th rushing attack just happened to do that to you. But I don't know. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, man. And Devontae Adams came back and looking like he's back, man.
Now that Cam Newton's out and Kyle Allen, you know, still got into the reins. Do I think that Ron Rivera keeps his job? Yes.
Yeah, he's not going
of course. But at the beginning of the year, I said if he had a bad year, he's out of here. I think he keeps his job. He should be fine, and Panther fans should be good about the future.
Maybe I still don't like that quarterback. I gotta see more. He's too.
They should keep Cam. They'll be dumb to let him go, but unless they get an offer that's too hard to refuse, then hey, it's what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, but I don't think they should be doing none of that.
I agree.
All right, Rams at Steelers. So if there are any people out there who are still thinking highly of the Rams, do you not see their problem? Do you not see the biggest hangover that I've seen in a while? Like, this is bad, how bad they are. And again, another thing that I call, if y'all don't believe in me now, I don't know what's taking y'all so long, because I called this to the T.
I'm sorry. Didn't I say that the demise of the Rams was coming a lot sooner than we thought? And then when you started winning a couple of games, I was like, oh, no. Yeah, it's still coming. This is bad.
Coming. It's here.
Listen, Sean McVay, they figured you out. The Patriots figured you out in the Super Bowl 53, and the rest of the league figured you out. It's time to do something different, pal. Time to do something different.
Because your offensive line is probably one of the worst in the NFL, and your system is not good enough anymore because of that. Your quarterback doesn't have time. Your quarterback's also afraid of pressure. He's a punk ass. So whenever he gets a hand near him, he completely shrivels and messes up any throw. He's a very bad quarterback when it comes to pressure. So you're going to have to figure something out because your personnel ain't what it used to be. And you're paying, it's like, I think you're paying people that's not even your team anymore. So your GM completely messed that up for you. So you're not going to get real talent anytime soon. So what I thought was going to happen to you next year, the year after that, is already happening to you. So have fun having Seattle, San Francisco, and maybe even Arizona go above you in the next few years.
First of all, Minka Fitzpatrick is proven to be a great investment for the Steelers. He completely shut down Cooper Kupp. Completely shut his ass down. Like, that was bad. Like, it was bad. How he had he had an interception than he had touchdown. He scored too. It was like, damn. Like, shit, like...
Yeah, Cooper Kupp got nothing.
Out
of 4 targets, he had nothing.
Robert Woods killed, but...
Because no one else was going to get the football.
Exactly. And it's like, can't score any points.
So I guess they did miss Brandon Cooks then, I guess. Oh, whoops.
No touchdowns? Really? That's what we doing today?
No, he'll score 3 points.
Now I'm talking about...
Offensively.
Yeah, so if you
The defense scored 9.
If you are a Greg Zuerlein owner in fantasy, you were good. I mean, he missed one, but he had extra points. I guess
Extra point.
Yeah.
No, one he was trash. Bro, what you mean? He hit a 30-yard field goal. So if he missed, you only gain like a point with him in fantasy. You were tight. If you had Rams defense, you were happy because they scored twice.
I don't know shit about fantasy, so don't pay me no mind, please.
Yeah, he was trash.
He was whatever. Yeah, I don't fucking know how that shit works. But anyway, but the point is, I see 12 points. I'm thinking 4 field goals, but no, it's not. That's not the case.
Aaron Donald got a safety by himself. And then in the beginning of the game, freaking Pouncey had a bad snap, and then the Rams returned for a touchdown. That was the first play of the game.
We'll talk more about that later because there's a lot of things I talk about. Like I said, this Rams team, their
bright side is their defense, and that's a problem when that's true because they're not bad, but they're not good enough to carry a football team.
Nope.
So if they're your best unit, that's a problem. They need to figure this out.
Jared Goff is just
because the NFC West is just going farther and farther and farther away. And forget the West, 'cause I think they don't have a chance to win that anymore. The wild card
is too stacked.
It's stacked. They're probably screwed. They're probably screwed.
But they're 5-4 now, right?
They're what? 2 behind Seattle, I think, or 2.5 behind Seattle because Seattle beat them.
Yeah, they're 5-4.
And then San Francisco is just
Yeah, 5-4. Yeah, I think they're done.
They're probably done.
They can't lose no more games after this.
Basically, it depends on if Vikings want to be good or not.
True, but
so they always have a chance of Kirk Cousins.
We'll get to that in a second because he made me feel stupid.
He didn't make me feel stupid.
All right. Anyway, next game.
A dead clock is right twice a day. Remember that.
True, but still, we seen crazier things in the NFL.
We're up to that right now. Actually, the Vikings, the Cowboys. So Jason Garrett, right? So you got your quarterback, right? That's diming the ever-loving shit out of this disgusting excuse of a secondary they call in the Vikings, right?
Yes.
So you have a chance to win the game, right?
Yes.
So in 3rd down at the end of the football game, again, your quarterback is literally like a Super Saiyan right now, going crazy. You run the football on 3rd down.
I was just sitting there just dumbfounded, like, why?
One more thing. Then on 4th down, when that, obviously fails, because your dumbass decides to test the best thing in their defense, their front 7, with Daniel Hunter and Everson Griffin having great games yesterday, you tried to test that. So you obviously going to fail at 3rd down conversion, retarded. Then on 4th down, you do give the ball to Dak, right? Then he throws it to Zeke on a check down against Aaron Kendricks, who's one of the better coverage linebackers in the NFL. What a play call. Well, I've always said for years, even since 2016 when they won that fake-ass 13-win season, that coach is going to be the reason why they'll never win anything, but I'll take it one step further because my brother actually gave me a light of this. Maybe it's the GM, and you know what the GM is.
It's Mr. Jones.
Yeah.
He's not going to fire himself as the coach. He's not going to fire as the owner, no. But he's the president in the football operations. He is. He's not, and he should just fire himself for that, but he's not going to. Why would we do that? And as long as the Cowboys are being ran, general manager-wise, by Jerry Jones, they will not win.
No.
As long as Jason Garrett is the coach,
they're definitely not going to win.
They will not win. Anybody, the only way they'll do something, and I don't wish death on nobody, but Jerry Jones must have to die. That's the only way they'll happen because it's been 25 years he's been running the team, and the same results.
Yeah, all he got to say about it is those Super Bowls back, when I was very, 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 very small.
Yeah, those dusty ass rings.
Well, on the other team, the Vikings did what they had to do. Dalvin Cook was magnificent as always. Mm-hmm. He was very good on both sides.
Absolutely.
That usual, even though McCaffrey doing his thing, he's my offensive player of the year because offensive player of the year has nothing to do with the load you're carrying. It has everything to do with just production, and he's leading the league in everything when it comes to rushing. So that's my guy of the year.
Yes.
So
and Kirk Cousins won a primetime game that mattered.
He did.
He did. He was really good today.
But like I said about 3 minutes ago, a dead clock is right twice a day. So
I'm giving the benefit of that. He was good. He was good. Cute. And
And I'm gonna be that guy. More on Dallas. So, remember when everybody in the beginning of the season or beforehand was talking about how good this defense is? Where is it? Do you see it?
No.
I don't see a pass rush. No. The multi-million-dollar guy and DeMarcus Lawrence, where the hell is he? I haven't seen him all season. Your best pass rusher by and far is Robert Quinn. And he's a good player. I actually liked him a lot when he was in St. Louis. Actual St. Louis. But that's your best, arguably that's your best player in your defense because your secondary is hot trash too. Byron Jones is all right, but the rest of the secondary is trash. And where is Vander Esch? Where is Jalen Smith? Where's all these motherfuckers? Where are they? I don't see them make any plays. This defense is trash, bro. Like, it's this team is not good. Philly is gonna get on the ass so quick when y'all play them later. Like, Philly's more likely win this division, even though we called that, just not in the heights that we thought. But Philly's winning this division.
Y'all just trying to give it to them. Y'all just trying to give it to them.
Like, yeah, you guys are ridiculous. The only bright side yesterday was the passing game. Dak was on fire. But again, to be that guy, you're playing against a disgusting secondary in the Vikings. Like Xavier Rose isn't a good player anymore. I don't know what the hell happened to him. You know what I mean? And then Trey Waynes, who was, I can't believe I heard it from podcasts, was dubbed their best corner. Oh, if that's your best corner, Lord, that tells the story about how bad your secondary is. He was dotting the other backups up since he didn't even play. So I would hope that Dak would do that, and he did. And Amari Cooper, because he made some crazy catches yesterday, Amari Cooper. Lord have mercy. That's the only bright side you have. And your multi-million-dollar running back is trash. He's playing like he's fat. Like he's trash. Like all his good games are only against the bum teams. When he had to play somebody good, he got locked up. I said they should not pay him nothing because he's just a running back. But Jerry Jones is a dumb bastard and paid him instead of paying their quarterback. And look, he's not producing at all. Here you go. Good old Dallas. I miss this Dallas. I know Stephen A. Smith is loving this. I should watch First Take a little more often just for that. Just to those segments, he destroys them every day. That's the only thing I should watch.
The fact, no one makes it worse.
Hold on. By the way, I'm not a Dallas hater, by the way. I'm just calling it like it is. Continue.
Yeah, I don't know why the Patriot fans hate Dallas anyway.
Yeah, why?
I never understood
that.
That's
retarded.
I see it a lot, but that's not even here nor there. Skip Bayless was trying to justify saying that, listen, the Cowboys just had a bad game as always, but he threw his
had a bad game.
Ezekiel
Aren't they
Elliott
5-4?
He threw his Ezekiel Elliott jersey in the garbage like he did last year. Last year when he threw fucking Dak Prescott's jersey in the garbage.
No, you gotta keep that.
And then I know he says the Dak attack is back. Like, first of all, he's something else, man. He's Cowboy fan.
Again, I wish I get paid for that. I mean, we're trying to get there. But
there's some Cowboy fans who are very, very, very like they understand. They're like, listen, we suck, and until they change everything we mentioned before, it's not gonna happen now. But there's an Cowboy fan that still believe it's 1995.
Yeah, I see that.
So yeah. But other than that, that was a great game.
It was actually a very good game. Probably game of the week. Probably until we see Monday night
when Russell Wilson not only beat the undefeated 49ers.
We called that, by the way.
We called. He locked in the MVP. Unless they go on a terrible run down the stretch, he is the MVP of the league.
I'm not going that far yet.
I am.
But his stock, worst case scenario, stood the same, which we was already above everybody else almost by a mile. But it's just that one pick, dog. I can't. He almost choked that game away,
dumb.
bro.
I didn't understand. I'm like, Pete Carroll, why? Why?
Nah, I saw the play was a good play. I saw where he was going with it. He just underthrew it because he did have a Hollister open for the touchdown, but he undershot it. And then the linebacker, who I never heard in my life, that took over Kwan Alexander's job because he's hurt. He the one that caught the interception. But I'm like, dog, I didn't think he had to. He has somebody underneath open. I thought he should take that. Because it's OT to play a little safer. But I understand what he was going for, but he messed that throw up kind of bad. So I'm like, you just choked this game away, did you? But luckily, Jimmy Garoppolo played even worse. So that didn't go on.
My problem, and now though ESPN has this is probably the best game they ever had this year as far as this game. They're entitled to one really, really good football game in Monday Night Football. But I didn't like how Joe Tessitore threw the 49 kick under the bus. He made 3 kicks in this game, even the one that would have sent him to overtime.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't mad at him.
Yeah.
And he did shank the shit out that
He
kick.
shanked it. Yeah, he did shank it.
If it wasn't for him, y'all would have lost already.
Yeah. So
the
fact that he tried to throw it about saying, oh, the moment's too big for him. I'm like...
Yeah, he was kind of going crazy on him.
I get it. I'm like, yo, why are you going crazy on him for? He made the kick that sent it to overtime. They would have lost earlier than that, if anything. But to say that he's a rookie, it's his first game. Like, what the fuck? Like,
it was literally the first game.
Literally his first game in his career. Like, come on. Like, listen, I've always had my problem with ESPN Monday Night Football commentators, but that was just bad. Like, that was bad.
Yeah, that was unwarranted.
It was unnecessary. Like, and Boogie McFarlane too. I'm like, yo, what was the point of that? But that was my thing. But
they miss John Gruden.
They do miss John Gruden.
Mike Tirico. I miss Mike Tirico. Mike Tirico
was great. He was great. He actually made Monday Night Football bearable to watch. Him and John Gruden. These guys suck.
They do suck.
They suck. Listen, man, this is what it is, though. But it was a great game for my liking. I enjoyed it. It was great. Jimmy Garoppolo.
I was telling my 49er friend, man, he'd have gave me more questions after this game, man.
This is what I'm understanding. Now, granted, Bill Belichick was pissed when Robert Kraft had him traded to the 49ers. That's basically what happened. I tried to deny it, but that's what actually happened. Jimmy Garoppolo this season has been average or just like not really box office that he's getting paid for. $100 million man is not. Is he really? I don't get it.
So for this game, I give him these excuses here. For one, we all forget that he is coming off an ACL tear. I mean, he did it in the beginning of last season, but hey, sometimes people don't come back right. Even with technology and medicine nowadays, some people still get messed up from the injury. So I like to give someone an extra year just in case. Not everyone's Adrian Peterson and break records. You know what I mean? So he gets that one excuse. Second excuse, his number one receiver was gone. And I'm not just talking about Emmanuel Sanders, I'm talking about George Kittle. And then his second best receiver was gone in Emmanuel Sanders. He didn't have anyone to play for him that has hands because I don't like any of his receivers. They dropped a lot of footballs in this game. However, that doesn't excuse some of the boneheaded passes that he made. That had nothing to do with Butterfingers. Like, the first play after Russell Wilson took the lead in fourth quarter, when he threw it straight to KJ Wright, and that bastard somehow dropped that interception. That has nothing to do with bad receiving corps. That has anything to do with him not being clutch. And what does him going I think it was 1 for 8 in overtime has to do with his bum receivers? What does that have to do with that? It doesn't have anything to do with it. He's proving that he isn't it. That's what it's proving. That he's not worth the money. Now, I'm not going to personally say that about him yet because everyone is entitled to have a bad game. Everyone is entitled to mess up once or twice. It happens to everyone. It happens to the best of them. It happens to Michael Jordan, even though some of y'all don't want to fucking admit that. But even Michael Jordan messes up. Against Orlando. That happens. Tom Brady messes up. Ask Baltimore in the early part of this decade. Baltimore bust his ass multiple times. It happens. Denver. It happens. Ask Peyton Manning in Super Bowl 44 against the Saints. Did he not throw a pick six to lose the game? Because no one seems to remember that either. Did he not choke the game away? Yes, he did.
Tracy Porter.
Thank you. All the greats mess up. So he has an excuse to mess up once or twice. All that this game did for me is just have more questions because he's never answered the questions yet. I always wondered, is he it? Are you sure? He's been very average, like Trevor just said, all season. He's never really stepped up. Only time he quote-unquote stepped up was when he played against one of the worst pass defenses last week against Arizona. Anyone dots that defense up. Did Jameis Winston not just do that 2 days ago? Mind you, he threw a lot of interceptions and shit and still bust their ass. So are they really that good? No. So all this did, like I said, just 49ers fans, just pump the brakes. Don't let media sway you a certain direction because they want to suck on them for a week after the Patriots lost. Because you notice, I believe in a lot of power rankings now, Patriots are back at number 1. So, yeah, pump the brakes. Calm down. just look at that quarterback and raise the eyebrow and start asking some questions. That's what I'm saying. But I don't give up on him. Just, don't get all that hype yet. Let's see him in January,
Correct. Well, that wrapped up week 10. Oh, my God. It's almost over, man.
Y'all know week 11 is soon, man. This football season gone by so quick.
Too fast already, man.
At least we'll have NBA after this, so we'll do a lot of coverage. I had a couple people ask me already, like, what's up with your NBA coverage? Well, NBA is in November, and basketball literally doesn't matter now. Only injuries matter.
Or important news that we can't ignore, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
But right now, during this time of year, football is king. Probably around December when the Christmas games come on, that's when you'll see a little bit more NBA coverage, because that's when the season actually starts for us at least. That MLK All-Star break, and that's where it really picks up. In the playoffs.
But we will have round tables. Like we'll have one, I believe, in 2 weeks, or maybe a week. Actually, the 12th. Damn. So maybe next week I think we'll have a round table with the guys. So we'll give you some stuff, and then, like I said, any news that pops up at NBA, we got you. So that'll happen. But we're not going to be covering it heavily until, the end of the year, basically, when basketball games actually matter more.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we have only like a few topics to talk about. So let's talk about the AFC wild card, because that is starting to look like a big war zone.
Correct. You're absolutely right. Let me just pull this up right quick.
I'll do the same thing.
All right, I have it. I have it right here. So right now, Buffalo and Pittsburgh currently have number 5 and 6.
Pittsburgh, Jesus Christ.
Pittsburgh is currently
1-4.
1-4, won 4 straight, and they're the 6th seed in the AFC wild card. Oakland and Indianapolis right behind them at 5-4 tied. Tennessee is literally a half a game behind them, and the Jacksonville is literally a game and a half behind Pittsburgh for the wild card.
Yep.
Technically, the Chargers are still alive.
Technically have a shot, yeah.
Still have a shot, but that's it. After the Chargers, we're not even going to continue to go down this list.
Chargers ain't doing the damn thing. Get out of here. But yeah.
Yeah, but I was going by mathematics.
Yeah. Jaguars too, they ain't doing nothing either.
Yeah, not either, but
it's literally above like 9 teams, realistically. Mathematically, but realistically, not. The Titans is above.
But what is kind of not alarming, but that Pittsburgh game, don't be surprised if Pittsburgh moves up to like the 5. Would they win the AFC North? Probably not. But
what did we talk about last week, man? We had a segment about this last week. They have a shot. They're not dead when it comes to that division yet. Of course.
I'm just saying that, like I said, they had to play them one more time towards the end of the year anyway. That Week 17 match might decide it, or else Baltimore may have already clinched it already. But Pittsburgh is still in this playoff race.
Just to review again about their schedule real quick. They got Browns, Bengals, Cardinals, Bills, Jets, and Ravens. That's simple. They can get this. As long as they sweep the Browns, they have a magnificent shot to take the division from Baltimore, because Baltimore's schedule is light years harder than theirs.
Now, yeah, but Buffalo is where the concern comes.
Yeah.
Because Oakland is right on them, and Jacoby Brissett with the Colts, he should be back next week. So we'll see how that go right there. But I think Oakland has the easier role the next 2 games. They can easily go 7-4 if they wanted to. Mm-hmm. If they beat the Bengals and the Jets. Buffalo still has to play.
I gotta catch you up right now. They're playing the Dolphins. Apparently, the Dolphins aren't bye weeks anymore, so they gotta play at Sun Life. Then they go against Broncos at home. They gotta go to Dallas. They have Baltimore coming in town. Remember what they did to them last year. Then they have to go to New England and finish at home against the Jets.
Not easy. That is not at all, because they can easily. Because I think they'll lose that Raven game. They'll lose the Raven game.
They have 4 really hard games in a row. Cowboys, Ravens, Steelers, and Patriots are bad.
They could easily lose to the Cowboys and the Ravens.
They can lose all 4 of these games.
Because, like I said, the Dolphins aren't considered bye weeks anymore because they've been winning games. They won the last 2 games, and they actually want to. Well, the team
is looking like they want to win. Yeah,
like
Brian
Flores, the players, and the
something
coaches.
to them.
The players and the coaches actually, we want to win. Like, this tanking thing is whack. We need to do this. So I don't know. Buffalo could easily fall right out, but I don't know. It's so tough. Like, the problem, not the problem was it was Indianapolis. They have injuries in the quarterback position all year. They thought that Andrew Luck was being retiring. They didn't know what was going to happen. they've overachieved with
they kind of did overachieve.
With Jacoby Brissett. They beat the Chiefs on the road at Arrowhead, and it's interesting. That's interesting how you gonna do right there.
Yeah, that's their peak. That's the best they're probably going to look between how they played Chiefs and they played Texans. So their remaining schedule, they have Jaguars coming to their house. Then they have to go to Texas. It's gonna be that's gonna be the big one. They have to be healthy for that. If they're not healthy, they're losing.
That will decide the division right there.
They have to be healthy for that one.
Also, I'm sorry to cut you off, but the problem with that is that with Oakland can still win their division, and Kansas City might have to go on the road in the wild card. So it's tough right there.
And Oakland has their tiebreaker against the Colts. Remember that?
Yes, absolutely. So that right there is tough already. But what are you gonna say again?
Then I'm finished off. Then they have Titans coming to their house. Then they have to go to Tampa. Then they have to go to New Orleans. Then Panthers come into their house, and then they play the Jaguars week 17. So their schedule does not end well. So it's pretty tough. They have to beat the Texans. That has to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's easier for them to take the division versus the wild card at this point, since they already lost to 2 of those wild card teams, and Steelers and Oakland. So there is easier for them to get that division. So they have to start winning those divisional games.
But for the most part, Tennessee, even though I said I was done with them, they still have a fighting chance. I don't see it happening.
They're not.
They're not.
Get out of here.
But just the fact of the matter is that they were able to muster up 5 games where at some part of the season, like, they're not going to win anything. Like, they suck. But, Mike Vrabel has really done a good job with this team, so I'll give them that. And that's basically it.
Yeah, he just need a quarterback, and then
that's it.
Decent.
And that's pretty much it about that.
So, about the playoffs and all that, let's talk about the conferences. Remember how early in the season, talking about how the AFC is so trash and whatever? Were they exaggerating? I think they're exaggerating.
Yeah.
I think they're completely exaggerating.
With the exception of New England and Baltimore, basically New England, it's been a dogfight in these divisions and a dogfight in these wild cards. Like, literally, like, fighting, like, every game for them matters. Because New York, the Patriots are going to win the AFC East. That's a given.
That's a duh.
That's a given. But, it's now they're always teams are fighting for not only a wild card spot, but even that number 2 seed, that first round bye, which is like, okay, it's important for them.
Mm-hmm.
But the road to the AFC, to the Super Bowl, the AFC still goes to Foxborough. So that number 2 seed is going to matter who gets there.
But look, so about them, I'm going to tell you the top 6 seeds for both teams right now. And then after, I'm going to tell you the wild card spot, like after who's in the hunt, as they say. And tell me, what is the big difference? Because there isn't a big difference. You're going to see right now. So we got Patriots, Ravens, Texans, Chiefs, Bills, Steelers, right? So 8-1, 7-2, 6-3, 6-4, 6-3, and 5-4.
Correct.
And then the last 2 are in the hunt. Oakland and Indy are both 5-4, right?
Yes.
So in the NFC, we have 49ers, Packers, Saints, Cowboys, Seahawks, and Vikings. 8-1, 8-2, 7-2, 5-4, 8-2, 7-3. Then the next ones that are quote unquote in the hunt, which to me the only one that's really in the hunt is Philadelphia, and that's not for the wild card, that's for the division. All 3 of those teams, Rams, Eagles, Panthers, are 5-4. Now, do you realistically think that the Rams or Panthers have a chance in the playoffs? No. So you can honestly, if you really think so, the NFC wild card playoff picture is already set. Just to me, flip Dallas with Eagles.
Yeah.
So are they really that much better than the AFC?
Not really.
No,
not really.
No. So all that bull crap they were talking early in the season.
They were saying, you know what it is? Because they're saying that it's still early in the season. So they're like, it's still enough time for them to pick it up. But when the Vikings have a 1.5 lead over the number 7 seed in the wild card, they have a 1.5 lead. It's like, it's not much. And then for these, you mentioned before, Philly, 5-4, they have a shot at winning their division. As far as they don't win the division, they don't get in. Same with Dallas. The NFC East winner makes the playoffs. The second place loser loses.
Yeah, they're not going to win the playoffs.
Versus in the AFC where everything is a fight, dog fight.
And it's not because people suck. It's because everybody's competitive with each other.
I guarantee you this. 5 of the 6 seeds in the AFC will come down to the week 17, except for New England. That'll be wrapped up within week 15. whatever, week 15 or 14.
Yeah, they're the only team that's guaranteed to make it because they have this Division 1 already.
Yeah.
Every other division in this conference, they have a chance to lose it still.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Yeah, so New England's the only one. We're not saying that they're guaranteed to be even he is. I'm not saying they're guaranteed to be in the wild card team because I don't want to be biased in the show. But
no, I'm talking about, listen, the Patriots are going to get a first round bye.
But
everyone knows that.
We got to be objective.
Okay.
Objective.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll try.
So, they're guaranteed going to playoffs, though. Guaranteed. Worst case scenario is a 4th seed, but that's obviously, like he just said, it's kind of laughable.
I'm laughing at the fact you're trying to put it in words right now doesn't make me laugh. It's
laughable.
terrible.
They're not going to be no damn 4th seed. But every other team, Ravens, Texas, and Chiefs right now, they all could lose the division still. There's at least one team that is on that ass. So, that's competitive. Now, the NFC is not that they're not competitive. The NFC North is not competitive. Green Bay has that shit in the bag. They're done. The NFC South, that's done. The Panthers are not going to catch the Saints. That's done. You know what I'm saying? The 49ers, they just lost to a team that is on their ass now. But that's the only real competitive division that actually has a chance to go and play in February. Because I don't think people think the NFC East is going to the Super Bowl. Maybe the Eagles, maybe they catch some hot New York Giants fire from back in the day. But realistically, no. They have no receivers to catch the football. Their defense is really soft in the back. Their offensive line isn't all that. They have a lot of problems. I don't think they're a Super Bowl team anymore.
I have a feeling that the NFC West will represent the Super Bowl again. I believe so, probably.
We'll get to all that later because I have things to say, but it's too early to say them, so I'm not gonna go crazy.
I'm jumping the gun, okay?
But just stop disrespecting the American Football Conference, please. Like, you're being freaking ridiculous. The NFC doesn't look all that. Vikings, they look that good to you? No, they don't look all that. The Cowboys, no. The Jets beat them. So come on now, hello.
That alone should eliminate them from the playoffs.
Yeah, like come on, dog, come on. Like Seattle's good, but how many of the AFC teams did they beat up on? No one. Like Pittsburgh almost beat them. Like come on, dog. When they were on their losing streak.
The Bengals almost
come
beat
on,
them.
dog. Come on, like stop it. Like Seattle, they're a team that likes to play up to the competition. So they play crazy when they play 49ers. When they play against bum ass teams, they almost lost all of them all. So like, come on now. Like, do they look that competitive? No. Come on, stop it. This league is a lot more even key when it comes to the top like 15 teams than everybody swears. Like, stop just playing the AFC.
Yes.
So that ends it for this wonderful show. I actually think the show went off pretty well.
Yeah, I think it did too.
So, to repeat what I said earlier today.
Like, share, subscribe. We are on iTunes, iHeartradio, Stitcher Radio. Anything you could think of, we are there.
I think we are on Stitcher, actually. I just didn't say that.
YouTube as well. YouTube.
And Spotify.
I know all y'all have YouTube on your phone. Y'all watch videos. Why not watch us? Duh.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
We got big plans
We do have
coming
big plans.
up, actually. And either next month or maybe the playoffs. Playoffs.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Because I have a whole little, surprise going on when it comes to playoff time. So, assuming that my life is in order, a lot of fun things coming up in January. So, please stick with us. Stay tuned. We love you. Peace out.
Peace.